My son will be fascinated to watch you work, Mr. Barrett. He trained his own horse, Flicka. Ken has quite a way with animals.
Having a way with animals isn't enough in my business, Mrs. McLaughlin. It takes firmness. Horse has to know you're the master right from the start.
Ken doesn't know anything about professional methods. He just gets an animal's confidence and trains it.
What'd that stallion think of the sandwich, son?
Well, I guess he likes it. He's a fine horse, Dad.
But that's what Mr. Barrett say he wants. Fine, smart horses.
Let's keep him, Dad. He'd make a keen saddle horse.
Why do you want to keep that horse, Ken?
Well, he's such a nice horse, and... Well, I'm Mr. Barrett. There's something about him. Something I don't like.
Look at me, son. Running a ranch is a business. Selling horses is how we make money. I know how you feel, son.
I hope I'm wrong about Mr. Barrett.
How do they look to you, Mr. Barrett?
Fine. It's fine. Especially that stallion.
Well, I got them all to your specifications. They're alert, eyes wide apart, good heads.
Don't do that to Flicka!
Boy trained that horse himself. He's never felt a whip before.
Good-looking horse. Want to sell her?
Afraid she's not for sale.
Sorry about the whip. I like that stallion. Lots of spirit.
Maybe a little bit too much for a trick horse.
There's no such thing as a horse with too much spirit. They all settle down for me.
This Mr. Barrett is pretty quick with that whip.
Well, training horses is his business. I guess he knows what he's doing.
I'll buy all 6 of them, Mr. McLaughlin.
Good. I'll draw up a bill of sale.
I'm meeting a circus in 3 weeks in Cheyenne. Could I pay rent and stay right here while I train them?
We'd be glad to have you stay. You don't have to pay any rent. Put your wagon here any place.
Thanks.
Oh, girl.
When I train a horse, they never dare do a thing like that.
Mr. Barrett, are you going to work with the horses this morning?
Yes, I am, son. I'm going to start with that stallion.
Mind if I watch?
Not at all. Steady, boy. Steady now. Steady. Now. You don't. Down, I said. Down. Get down.
very quiet this morning. I didn't even hear you get up.
Did you see what he did?
Yes, we saw it.
Can't you stop him?
No, son, I can't.
But he's hurting that stallion.
Well, it's not always possible to train a horse slowly the way you do. When Gus and I break a horse, we get on him and stick there, show him who's boss.
You don't whip them.
Oh, we don't teach him tricks either.
I taught Flick all her tricks without a whip.
But you and Flicka is something special. She loves you. She'll do anything you ask.
Mr. Barrett could train that stallion the way I trained Flicka. I know he could.
Ken, your cereal.
I guess I'm just not hungry.
I don't blame him, Rod. I don't understand this either.
Well, I'd better tell him to stay away from that corral while Barrett's training.
You know, I've been watching that man Barrett. He's not a very good man with horses.
I'd sure like to be a horse trainer when I grow up. I wouldn't even own a whip.
You will need an assistant. It would make a fine one.
You're hired. I just can't figure it out, Gus. Why does Mr. Bear treat horses like that?
I could never understand that. The animal cannot talk. It cannot say, stop, you hurt me.
Well, I'm going to think of something.
Morning, dear.
Good morning. Ken ready to come down to eat?
Be right down. Feels better, too. He's whistling.
I'm glad. It was gloomy yesterday.
Morning, Mom. Morning, Dad.
Morning, dear.
Morning, son.
Say, do you want some eggs after that cereal?
Gosh, yes, I'm starved.
McLaughlin! Mr. McLaughlin! The stallion. He's gone. Somebody stole him during the night.
Somebody stole him.
He sure didn't open that corral gate by himself.
Did you hear anything, Gus?
No, Captain, not the sound.
And you didn't hear anything with your wagon not 20 feet from that gate?
Nope.
Well, how could anyone get in here and steal a horse without someone hearing it?
I don't know. If you'll loan me a saddle horse, I'll ride over to Cooley Springs and get the sheriff.
I'd appreciate it if you'd wait a bit, Mr. Barrett. I'd like to take a look around. That horse might have gotten out by himself.
All right. I'll start working one of the other horses.
It's hard to find any tracks, Captain. Stallion probably followed the road out through the gate.
Yeah. Guess I'd like to talk to Ken alone.
All right, Captain. We'll be in the barn.
Ken, you didn't seem very interested in that stolen horse.
Why should I be? I'm sort of glad he's gone.
Mr. Barrett intends to get the sheriff.
Why?
He thinks somebody stole his stallion. And that makes the person responsible a horse thief.
Well, I don't think Mr. Barrett deserves to have a horse like that.
Tell me the truth, son. What do you know about that stallion?
Well, I didn't steal him, if that's what you mean.
What did you do with him then?
I let him out and showed him a good place to stay for a while.
You'll have to bring him back.
Gosh, Dad, why can't you give him another horse?
Because I sold him that horse. Besides, turning him out was wrong.
All right. But what about Mr. Barrett?
Well, I'll explain to him. I think he'll understand. Gus? Why'd you get Flicka saddled?
Well, I kind of figure Ken might want to go after that stallion.
You knew he took it too, then.
Who else could get that horse out of here at night without making a sound?
I've got to take you back to Mr. Barrett. I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could figure out. I'll do my best to keep him from hurting you again. Honest. That's the tough part of not being a grown-up. I'm like you. I can't do much about it. I'm sorry, Mr. Barrett.
It's all right, son. Your father explained everything. You see, when you're teaching a horse tricks, you can't afford to take any chances. You have to let him know you're the boss right from the start. Now, I've been doing this a long time, and I've never been hurt yet.
Flicka never hurt me when I trained her.
That's just one horse. I've trained hundreds. If I didn't do it my way, there'd always be danger.
Come on, son, let's go up to the house.
I want to watch.
Ride the doctor, fast!
Oh, that'll be fine. Thank you, Gus.
You're welcome, Mrs.
How is he this morning, Mom?
Oh, he's much better. The doctor says he'll have to rest for a week or two. Can I get you something?
No, thanks. First one. The first horse to come after me.
Maybe you should let me trade with you.
No, I want that horse. The next time I walk out there, he'll knuckle under.
Just an idea. Thought maybe another horse might be easier.
Thanks. I owe that stallion something.
Dad, can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure, son. What is it?
Dad, I want to train that stallion. Teach him the tricks that Mr. Barrett would teach him.
Listen, son, I've already suggested that Mr. Barrett take another horse. That stallion's too dangerous now. He might turn into a killer or an outlaw.
No, he won't. Not if I train him.
No, son. It's too dangerous.
If he is an outlaw, Sooner or later, he's going to be shot. I could save his life.
You really think you can get anywhere with him, son?
I can try, Dad. He hasn't eaten a thing since yesterday. Please?
All right. I'll talk to Barrett right after lunch.
Gosh, thanks, Dad. What'd he say, Dad?
I'm sorry, son. He said no.
That's just like him. I figured he'd say that.
Where are you going?
Try to feed the stallion. He hasn't touched his food since the accident.
Well, go ahead. Barrett can't object to that.
I don't like what this is doing to Ken.
Well, it's part of growing up now. We can't protect him from everything that hurts.
The worst of it is he thinks we should help him. We can't.
Thank you, man. What's he gonna do?
Feeding the horse. He hasn't eaten since yesterday.
I'd like to watch. Help me down, will you?
Come here, boy. I've got some oats for you. Nobody's going to hurt you. Come on, boy. It's good. You need food. Don't be afraid. I'm sorry, Dad. He was going to eat, but I guess he...
You got your scent, Mr. Barrett.
I suppose so. Son, you still want to train that horse?
Yes, sir.
All right, you go ahead.
I'll do a good job, Mr. Barrett. I promise.
Did you get a good look at Mr. Barrett's face this afternoon when that stallion charged him?
No. I was too worried about Ken.
He was afraid, Rob.
I'd be afraid, too. That horse almost killed him.
The stallion was in the corral. He couldn't hurt him. But he was still afraid.
You think that accident may have done that to him?
I think he may have a hard time facing another untrained horse.
I couldn't get any rest.
It's still early.
So what happened to me out there this afternoon?
You'll get over it.
Maybe. But it's made me stop and think. I was always sure my way was the right way.
Every man must feel in his heart that what he's doing is right.
Guess I've been afraid right along. I could always get myself over it.
And so you took it out on the horses.
No. No, there's only one way to train them. I've been doing it my way for years, and it's always worked. I'm not wrong. Can't be. There's fear and hate in that stallion's eyes. I'll see that in the eyes of every horse from now on.
You need some rest. The doctor left something in case you couldn't sleep. worried.
Don't be. Ken can handle this.
That horse is vicious.
So was Flicka when he tamed her, and he was younger then.
I wish he wouldn't.
Ken's growing up now. We have to have confidence in him. Give him his chance.
Don't be afraid. You won't be hurt. I like you. I like horses. I want to be your friend. Now, easy, boy.
Maybe you better quit for today, son.
No, Dad, I can't. You'd think I was afraid.
Your mother's worried.
So am I, but I'm going back. Now, easy, boy. If you'll just quiet down, I can take off the other rope. And we can be friends. Honest. Just the way Flick and I are friends. Now, easy, boy. Now, just stand quiet for me. That's all. See? I'm not afraid.
Come on, Ken. Keep talking to him, boy.
I don't hate you. I like horses. Easy, boy. See? I'm not going to hurt you. Easy, boy. Easy.
Rob, he did it.
I never thought he wouldn't.
I didn't think he could.
Now, count to 3. Now, bow for the ladies and gentlemen. Now, stay, boy.
Ken, that was just wonderful.
Good boy.
Never saw a better trained horse, son.
Ken, do you suppose he'd do that counting trick for me?
Sure. Just walk right up to him and give him his orders.
All you gotta remember, Barrett, is that Ken isn't afraid of horses. He loves them. And they know that somehow.
Easy, boy. I'm your friend, too.
That's the way, Mr. Barrett. Now, just tell him.
Count to 3. Good boy. Well, Ken, you taught this horse a lot. I'll bet it was a lot tougher teaching me than it was the stallion, huh?